Hello everyone! Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 2. The Tomb Kings are here, and we're going to dive into an Eye of the Vortex campaign. I've not actually played the Vortex campaign for a little while, so I thought, why not? Let's come back to it with the Tomb Kings, because I think that they have a cool storyline, or at least some cinematics that we can check out. And again, for whatever reason, Warhammer 2's opening screens are all choppy for me. I have no idea why. But for this one, we are going to be playing as the Grand Hierophant Katep. Because Katep starts up in the Dark Elf area, which is an area of the map that I have not really played too much in, so I just kind of want to explore more of that. It does say that the initial challenge is going to be hard. I'm guessing that's because the Dark Elves are good against the Tomb Kings. I'm not entirely sure. But we can see here that our suitable climate are going to be mountain provinces. We're going to be generating 2 canopic jars per turn, which is kind of a big deal. Canopic jars are used in a lot of different things for the Tomb Kings. Let's see, campaign movement range is increased by 5%. Casualty replenishment rate increased by 10%, which is pretty good. And then we basically hate the Dark Elves, which is going to make it hard to do any kind of diplomacy where we start at. For our actual lord here, we get 2 capacity for some priests, which are their casters. And then recruitment ring +3 for the priest as well, which actually is pretty cool. And then starting units, the Carrion is kind of like Fellbats for the vampires. Kinda. They perform a somewhat similar role, so that's not that special. But we also start with a Hero Titan, a Hero Titan. And this thing is a brute, to say the least. It is a giant, monstrous creature. You can see it does flaming and magical attacks, has high weapon strength. It does some nice kind of like AoE damage, but it also comes with a Spirit Leech spell, 1 charge, and then 2 of the Shim's Burning Gaze charges as well. So it has a lot of like single target damage through spells as well. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Let's dive into the Grand Hierophant Katep. There are 3 others if you want to explore those for yourself as well. And they all start in different locations on the map, which is pretty sweet.
The sands of time ravage all. Mortals, monuments, even civilizations cannot stand against it. Their remnants lost beneath the dunes, awaiting discovery. By the brave, or foolish.
What's that? I can hear something. Come here, quiet.
Like time itself, the living are not welcome in Nehekara. For this is the land of the dead, ruled by the Tomb Kings, where only the expired may serve. The mortuary cult were the first to deny death's embrace, if not the ravages of time. Lich Lord Katep seeks to return the cult to Cetra's grace. Eternity was promised, but the Tomb Kings awoke to unlife, no longer beatific sovereigns. Their kingdoms as decayed as their bodies. The glory of Khemri lost, forgotten. A comet, an omen. The Black Pyramid stirs, but does not wake. A vessel of untold power, awaiting a new master. But it remains sealed. The Lich Priests are tasked with finding access. They venture deep into the catacombs, seeking clues. discovering an obelisk inscribed with hieroglyphs as old as the desert gods. The answer lies in the 9 books of Nagash, the original tomes of undead lore, authored by the arch-necromancer. Due to the turbulence of the vortex across the ocean, not 9, but only 5 books are needed. Then, the pyramid shall open. Time has seen the books lost, scattered. Other Tomb Kings will seek them, for all desire the Black Pyramid. Begin the search. Raise your warriors. The legions of Khemri march to war.
I think that might be the longest Vortex intro so far. Which is fine. Not a complaint, an observation. So yeah, as that video is describing, as the Tomb Kings in the Vortex, we do not even care about the actual Vortex. We're not in a fight for that. We are in a fight to find these books of Nagash, so we can open up the fabled Black Pyramid and gain its knowledge and power inside. So that's what we're going to be trying to do.
His wish exiled me to roam these frozen and barren lands of Nagaroth, but they will not stop me from still serving my king. I have failed him once in the search for unlife, but I shall not fail again. I yearn to journey back to Khemri, past the bestial hordes that war with us, and across the cold mountains, harboring a dark, chaotic magic, as unsubtle as it is destructive. If I am to return to Nekara, I must find safe passage. The coast is guarded by high elves, and a great ocean filled with peril. Yet these lands of the dark elves and the jungles of Lustria may yet still provide what the mortuary cult seeks. The path to the day of awakening. The answers are hidden in the Black Pyramid. But to gain entry, I must seek out the books of Nagash. These tomes of our arch-enemy are the key to our ultimate purpose and King Setera's grace.
Oh, okay. So again, we have to find these books of Nagash. Day of Awakening. Tomb King factions can recruit units into their armies without the need to pay for their recruitment or upkeep. Yes, that is very unique. Instead, each unit has a limited initial recruitment capacity, which can be increased by constructing additional buildings. Tomb King factions must delve into their past secrets to increase the number of armies or heroes they can field, or to enlist the aid of mighty lords from ancient dynasties. Tomb Kings can spend their canopic jars, which is kind of unique to this faction. I don't think any of the other ones start with a income at all of canopic jars, except for this dude. What's his name again? Kateb. I'm still like, listen. There's a lot. It's a whole new faction. Anyway, so where the Lich Priests combine them with trade resources to craft magical items or awaken legions of legends, mighty warriors who can be recruited into battle. So it's a little bit more than just warriors of renown. I can actually show you here in a moment. Collect any of the 9 books of Nagash. We'll get to that here in just a moment. So you can see we get the money and canopic jars. So why do we need money? Well, buildings still cost money to actually build. So while we don't have to use money to recruit units, we do need money to actually build the buildings to recruit the units. Also, some other things use money as well. Capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the following faction. I think that's a local Dark Elf territory. Research a dynasty technology, which we'll get into in a moment. Okay. So you can see here, we start basically as far away from Kimry as we can, because Kimry is down here-ish, somewhere around over there. So we're pretty far away, up here in the Dark Elf territory. So first off, if we can get close enough here, where's my UI at? There we go. So, the Books of Nagash. There's a panel up here which you can click on, and this is showing us exactly where all the Books of Nagash are located. So, we are over in this part of the world. I failed to notice the map the first time I opened this up. I was like, why are these books set up in such a weird way? It's because that's where they are. This is the map of the world. So, near us, we have the second Book of Nagash, which if we gain that, we will get line of sight over regions with these specific like trade resources. We'll get more income from trade. And this is how we unlock it. So we'll have to destroy a one of those random armies. Also nearby is going to be the ancient city of Quintex, where apparently the 8th book is. And the effectiveness of all commandments is increased by 50% if we grab that. And this is where, yeah, so we'll have to take out the ancient city of Quintex. So basically we need to kill Morathi for that one. And then I think the goal for this campaign is just to go down the coastline. So we're going to go bop, 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 bop. And then probably get the 5th book over here where the Skaven, I think, are. Actually, I think this is where vampire counts are, is right up here. So that's what the Books in Nagash are, and that's what this panel is up here. Some other things, you can see that we're not making that much money because none of our buildings really generate much income at all due to the nature of our armies not requiring money. The only way we can get more money is basically through trade and through war, because again, our buildings don't really generate much. If we go down over here, this is actually pretty cool. So the Mortuary Cult is where we can craft items. This is where we are going to be able to awaken whole new army slots, because at the beginning of the game, we only get one. So they do balance the game out, because while you cannot, or like while you don't spend money for units, you are restricted at the beginning of the game to only a single army. So you can't just be like, oh, here I recruit 50 lords. You can have, you know, a bunch of skeleton warriors. Well, no, you can't. First, we're going to have to get enough canopic jars and then also enough money to awaken an entire new army capacity slot. But on top of that, you can see here that we can spend money and more jars to awaken a unique Carrion group. These are like the legendary warriors, unique Nekahara warriors, and these are separate from the warriors of renown, which the Tomb Kings do also have. So these are their own little unique units with their own unique stats and everything, which is pretty cool. But on top of that, the Mortuary Cart can also craft weapons. If we gain access to unique tradable resources like gemstones, we could craft as many of these enchanted lapis maces that we want. You can see here, this means that we can craft as many as we want. Over here in the Legions of Legend, you can see that we can continually redo this one if we have enough resources, but we can only ever get like one each of these. So that's what this little icon means. So we can craft all of these weapons up to only one of the purple, that's going to be a far away from right now. And then there's our armor. We also get the enchanted items, so on, talisman, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of cool that we still rely on trade because we need these trading resources to actually craft our weapons. Now, I believe we still do get weapons through battles, but this is pretty cool if you just get, like a new hero and you have the resources. You're like, okay, let's get them... let's get them a Nefara Scroll of Mighty Incantations. We'll get them, an Elixir of Might. Like, it's really cool that you get to craft these weapons. Like, that's really unique for one of the factions in this game. I know I'm talking a lot, but the Tomb Kings are a little bit different, so I wanted to talk for a little bit about them. So that is the Mortuary Cult. Then we go into the Dynasties. So this is going to be their research screen. Now, this is not set up so that you have to do the first Dynasty, second, third, fourth, in succession. You can do any of these that you want up to the 6th Dynasty. And each Dynasty, though, is going to be the top right is going to be increasing the capacity for your different heroes in the game. So our Tomb Princes, our Necrotechs, and then our Lich Priests. And then the bottom right is going to be a unit upgrade. So you can see for this one, this is our Ushapti units, which these are kind of like later game type of units, the Necro Sphinx and then the War Sphinx. The bottom is going to be unlocking a faction-wide buff. So for this one, all of our armies will get more Winds of Magic. Construction cost, goes down, but it's going to be different with each dynasty. So you kind of want to go in here and decide, well, which dynasty do I want to unlock first? Because it takes a long time to unlock them. Oh, also, at the top of each of these dynasties is a unique Tomb King Lord that you can then recruit if you unlock them. So that's pretty cool. I'm probably actually going to start with the first, because within the first dynasty, we have access to upgrades for the more basic units. Again, you don't have to do the first dynasty, but I am probably going to do that. You can just dive in wherever you really want to, though. So we're going to hit Wisdom of the first dynasty. Now, something also that's kind of you may want to plan for is that even though each one of these dynasty upgrades in this section is going to be the hero capacity, they're going to be different costs. So for the first dynasty to get more necrotechs, we need money. But for the second dynasty to get an additional necrotech, we need 100 canopic jars. And so they kind of just differentiate depending on which dynasty you're choosing. So they're going to take different resources. So keep that in mind too. But we're going to do Wisdom of the first dynasty. So it's going to be our research. So that takes care of that. Let's see. Diplomacy. Is there anybody that we can even talk to nearby? Not really. All Dark Elves hate us for the most part, so I don't think we're going to be getting any trade through them. We're going to take over their trading resources on our own. So, like, we'll have to take over this exotic animal place at some point. Alright, that is a lot of talking. But again, there is a lot of things that are different with the Tomb Kings that are really cool. Like, being able to craft your own items, like, that's pretty sweet. Also, we get to start off with the Lich Priest that is rank 4, because again, this dude's unique ability is that Lich Priests get an increased rank +3 on recruitment, which this has technically been recruited, I guess. So we're going to make them a combat mage. Now, every mage, and I think Legendary Lord has the ability to generate canopic jars, which seems like you're probably going to want to do. But for right now, let's get Shim's Burning Gaze. We'll get Foz Protection, and then we'll get a Canopic Jar Hoarder, so we can generate even more. Because as you saw, Canopic Jars go into research, they go into all of those crafting, unlocking unique legions, you know, so I think being able to get a lot of those as soon as possible is going to be a big deal. Kind of same thing with the Grand Hierophant, but although he hasn't leveled up yet, so we can't do anything. So now let's go into our actual building. Building a browser. You can see here are all of the buildings that we're going to need to unlock recruitment slots. So at the very basic building, we have unit capacity +4 for skeletal archers. So if we just spend or spam this open graves building in like all 3 of our cities, if we eventually get them, that means we'll have 12 skeletal archers that we can recruit, and they are for free. So that's pretty cool. Up here we get a more advanced warrior here. The Nekahara warriors, like a very mid-tier infantry. You can see their armor of 45, which is kind of neat. And then the top tier gives us access to the Tomb Guard. There is a halberd version and a sword and shield variant, and they both have pretty good shields, so that's kind of unique. I think only the Lizards have a halberd infantry that also is shielded. So now the Tomb Guard also has, or the Tomb Kings now have a halberd shielded infantry, which is pretty neat. The first one over here is going to be our Skeletal Chariots and I think Siege Weapon. So we have Skeletal Chariots, which their chariots have 9 units per model instead of the default, I think it's 3 on the large unit size, which we're on right now. Up here we have the Archer Chariot, which is the exact same as this chariot, but it comes with a archery as well, or a dude who's shooting a bow up there. And then up here we have a catapult, the Screaming Skull Catapult. Then we have some other buildings. We'll get into all that over here. So let's see, what else do we got? Off on the right side, this is going to be our generic walled building. Then we have our Public Order and Untainted building, which also grants us access to the Carrion Birds. So you can see that we can get, how many is it, 6? Oh, just 1. Wow, I was way off, not 6 at all. So if we want to get the Flying Birds, this is what we got to get. We got to get the Public Order and Untainted. Then we have our generic growth building that also adds to casualty replenishment rate. And then this is going to be our money building. And you can see that even at tier 3, it generates 150. That's it. And also gives us more campaign movement range for any army starting in that province. So that's, I think, the only money building they have. I guess besides their main capital building, too. So it's not that much. Then we have the Citadel, which is going to decrease leadership for enemy armies, increases our ammunition. It's kind of neat, I guess. And then the Royal Burial Chamber is going to generate canopic jars, give us some public order to adjacent provinces, and also increase our Lord and Hero recruitment rank, and Untainted in adjacent provinces, which is probably a building we're going to want to focus on, because again, just getting able to get a free canopic jar each turn is going to be, I think, a great deal. Then up here we have our ultimate units, the War Sphinx, the Necro Sphinx, and then the High Road statue, which is one that we start with. And we'll see that in combat here in just a moment. Alright, so that is the buildings. We are going to grab... I kind of want to start getting the Skeletal Chariots, if I'm going to be honest. So let's do that. We'll grab a Skeletal Chariot. We're going to upgrade this so we can gain access to 4 additional Skeletal Archers, it looks like. I don't think that stacks. I don't think that stacks. That's not like an additional 4. That's just 4 based on the level 1. But we are going to get access to the Nekahara Warriors, so let's grab that. We're going to make sure that we are not taxing this province because we're already at a -4 due to the difficulty. And let's go kill this person. So we'll move up Hierophant Katet. We're going to get the Lich in here. So we can level up. And let's go kill some Dark Elves. With the Titan on our side, we can't lose. Not this early in the game. Not against that army. We cannot. I have done some tests with the Tomb Kings before I started this game, just kind of familiarize myself with the units. And they have this like mid-tier cav, this like sword cav, not good against other cav at all. But they're pretty cheap and pretty effective for what they do. So I'm probably going to try and get those as soon as possible as well. But I really wanted to show off the chariots since there are 9 per model. Don't think they're OP though. I don't think they're OP at all. 2 spearmen flanking a Nekahara warrior, which is again our mid-tier sword infantry. Carrion Birds. Get these up here. Let's not gamble. Start deployment. Alright, Carrion Birds. This is what the Carrion Birds look like. They're like vultures. Undead vultures. Basic spears and shields. They're just skeletal warriors. And then skeletal warriors with dual swords. Again, these are the mid-tier infantry. And then the Hyro Titan looks pretty badass, and in combat he will shoot lasers out of his eyes, which is pretty neat. And then we got our High Lord up here and a Lich Priest next to him. Using a, what was that, a Kopesh? Pretty cool. Start battle. Let's advance. Carrion Birds, again, kind of work like Fellbats, so we're probably going to put them on their crossbows, if possible. And over here, you can see that we gain access to the Spirit Leech and 2 of Shim's Burning Gaze, which again is pretty powerful spells. Our leader here comes with a Sandstorm ability, so he gets 3 charges of a pretty decent Vortex. And you see right there, it says good against armor, which is awesome. For the basic spell, we have a buff to weapon damage and armor piercing damage for pretty cheap cost too. Keep advancing. Again, we want these birds to disrupt the Dark Shards, because Dark Shards can't do a lot of good damage to our Hyro Titan. At this point, we could probably hit their leader. Yep. Let's do a Shim's Burning Gaze. I don't know if it's going to connect or not. Yeah, alright. Free damage. Let's go, friends. Carrion Birds go in. Kill these harpies. Hyro Titan, ignore those. Go for the swords. Let's also do a Spirit Leech on their leader. False protection on our Nekahara warriors. And then let's buff up our Hyro Titan's damage. Cast Vortex over here. There's his lasers. Again, we get 3 charges of this for free because of the character's ability. Look at that laser! Damn thing shoots lasers out of its eyes. So cool. And that Vortex spell did so much damage to them. Carrion Birds almost died. We don't actually want them to die. Now, much like the vampire counts, these people will never rout, but they will take damage if their leadership breaks. So their leadership broke, so we're going to kind of pull them out there and, yeah. Oh, you little punk. Let's send some spears over there on their leader. See if we can do the second charge of Shim's Burning Gaze. Buff up the spears. Let's try and break the spears. Let's actually send the Hero Titan over here. His high base damage can do pretty good against their lords. There we go. We finally stopped losing our morale. Looks like their crossbows are back. Go, my friends, go! Can we do a point-blank Shim's Burning Gaze? I don't know if he's going to fire that close. Is that a no? Is he broken? Yeah, I guess not. Alright, well. Yeah, hit him with that laser. Buff up your damage. Go get him, birdies. Alright, they have shattered. And there we go. We want to try and actually keep killing them, though, because this is an army and not a garrison, so we want to try and kill as many as possible. Got the leader. Yeah, that Hero Titan is very, very tanky. Does really good damage, although it will lose in a battle against like other large creatures that are kind of devoted to killing large. Like Shaggoths from Chaos will definitely destroy this, so be careful. But it can wreck infantry pretty easily, as you saw there. All right. Oh, I forgot to even. I guess I'll show that later. I totally forgot. There is a battle mechanic for the Tomb Kings, where the more that their own people die, they have these tiers. There are 3 tiers, and at each tier, the entire army will get regeneration for a certain amount of time, and it gets longer as each tier passes. And then, like, the 4th tier, you get a free summon of an Ush-Tabi Guard, which is like those Anubian construct warriors, like they're monstrous infantry guys. It's pretty cool. Alright, so our options. We can either get unit replenishment and casualty replenishment rate increased. We could gain canopic jars, 30 of them, or we could get money and camping movement range for 2 turns. Since this faction can generate its own jars, not that many though, not yet. I kind of want to get as much money as we can because we need that to actually get the buildings. So I'm going to grab those, especially since I'm not actually taxing our provinces. Can we kill him again? I can't. Alright, so top is going to be our spellcasting. Then we got the, buff army, and then of course like the Route Marcher. And then there's the Canopic Jar Hoarders up to +3, I think. Yeah. I usually like to get Route Marcher. I like the speed. Also, that would get us access to the Canopic Jar. But I mean, spellcasting though. I'm gonna go for the... I know it's kind of the boring choice, but I really at least want to get one into this so that we can generate more jars. Alright, what else did we cover? Oh, stances. So, stances, we have the channeling, which increases our wisdom magic. Their unique one is going to be this. This is basically their encamped stance. So they're going to be able to replenish anywhere, immune to attrition. But then they also get Vanguard deployment because technically I think their army is beneath the sands or beneath the ground in this stance. So they gain also 3 charges of Sand Veil, which you can cast on an ally for 73 seconds. They get Hiding, which is like the Super Stalk, I believe. So that's pretty cool. You can see they're unspottable. They get the unspottable trait, which is neat. But besides that, though, they also have the generic raiding, ambush, and then full march stance. Okay. We'll get as close as we can, and then recruitments. So what's kind of cool... Although, maybe I'll show this off later. You can grab global recruitment and local recruitment at the same time. And since their units don't cost anything... I would say make use of that, which you will hear in a moment. But for right now, we're going to just try and recruit 2 of these basic archers. And you can see that we can recruit as many warriors, spear or sword version, as we want. It's the only units that we can do that with. That's going to be our recruitment. I think that's going to be our turn. I know it was long turn, but you know, new faction. Let's change this up. Let's see. Allied factions. Fastest. Just change all these to fastest for their movement speed. Alright. So I think we should have... 3 Canopy Jars this turn? Yeah, 3. We got 3. Let's see. Construct a building that permits recruitment of more units. We can do that. Alright, so what do we got here? A mostly destroyed army and a garrison of 5 additional units, including 2 crossbows. Another army nearby. But we do got our 2 archers now. We still have our Titan. I think we can probably win this. Probably. As long as you take care of the archers, our Titans should be able to kill most of them, I think. The thing that I'm worried about, though, is they do have a lot of infantry, and even our mid-tier infantry here, these Nekahara warriors, are not going to be that amazing. You can see their melee defense is really low. Their melee attack is actually kind of cool. The weapon strength, not that high. Their armor is 45, which is neat, but they're not going to last super long, I don't think.
Master of undeath.
We're not trying to keep their defenses up with the Foz protection. Now, one cool thing is that our archers should outrange their crossbows. Yeah, 140 and they're like 130 or something, 125. So our archers can not really skirmish super well with like high elves, wood elves, Empire crossbow. Actually, no, I think we outranged Empire crossbowmen. But like other archer units, ours are not that great, but at least we have archers, I guess, as an undead faction. Let's try and focus on these dark shards first. These things are super fast. I may actually need their help to deal with the swords and stuff. Nekahara. I like how they talk. Alright, so we're going to focus on these dark shards first. Move up. And we definitely want the Titan to take a lot of the aggro. Start firing. But we do have to also watch out for the dark shards, because they can kind of light this Titan up. And I can't really shoot the Shim's Burning Gate. Actually, hold on. How well will it do? I don't use the spell often. I don't know how it's going to do against the Harpies. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a single target spell. But, let's see. Alright. Killed a couple. Alright, charge up. Ideally, we want to try and kill the Dreadlord with the Titan because it does a lot of damage. Let's also hit her with a Spirit Leash. Take out those Harpies. False protection on the warriors. Try and keep those busy.
Curses on them!
Come on, Titan. Alright, Carrion Birds doing a good job. Look at that Titan! Kill her! Give her a shotgun blast! That didn't really do much. Charge her! Look at the, yeah, like look, there's swords. Their basic swords are kind of giving it to our mid-tier infantry there. Let's get a leader over there. Support him with Foz protection. Blast those. There we go. We routed the leader with the Hyro Titan. I'm just going to keep chasing those off, I think. Keep the Hyro Titan close. And I guess we can buff you up. There's not really many left, though. Get in there, Titan. Point blank. Shim's burning gaze. The leader is now coming back, which is not fantastic. Let's pull our Carrion Birds back. Fire into their backside. Vortex spell is almost up. Hyro Titan go back after the leader. Our swordsmen are almost dead. Not good, not good. We need to kill that leader. False protection yourself. Come on, one more hit on their leader. One more hit on their leader. Did we get her? I think we got her. Oh no, now we got her. Alright, so with her dead, we should get a chain route here. Do your rear charge on those spears, break them. There we go, there we go. There it is. It was kind of a costly battle, but we did it. Whew. Almost got to tier 3. Didn't even need to get our unique summon. Okay, so that Vortex spell, plus the time spent in melee, is 74 kills. Not bad. Even our priest got 45. I'm assuming that's from Shim's Burning Gaze. I guess we got some kills in melee too. We did lose 2 spears, but that's totally fine. We can get those back easily. So we can raise it, which we're not going to do. No, we'll just do this. Occupy. Get more money, more jars. Maintain 1 province. Okay, no problem. And now we're going to do the global recruitment and local recruitment. So now we have up to 8 archers we can get? Hold on. Oh, because this came with a basic... I may just leave that there. So let's do swords, global recruit, archers. Because it doesn't cost anything but time. And we're going to need to build up our army a little bit before we take on their next settlement. Okay, I think that's going to do it for our turn. We didn't level up, did we? No. Or should I just get spears? The spears are tankier. I mean, honestly, I probably should just get the spears. Because since that doesn't cost anything, like, we lose a couple weapon damage and 4 melee attack, but we gain 8 melee defense and a bonus versus large in case we come across large creatures, so Yeah, I'm gonna say we go spears. The loss to melee attack is not that high. Alright, so that's about a half an army plus a defensive garrison. I need to check and see how much they got in there. Nice. Maintain 8 of the following units. Spearmen or warriors. Okay. Obtain access to the following resources. Exotic animals, which we can get right there. Alright. Let's go canopic jars. Recruitment. And... oh! Our chariots are done. Nice. So we're going to grab those immediately. So they're not like super duper chariots. You can see their stats here. Not the best of armor, not the best of leadership. Their speed is okay. Their melee attack and defense is whatever because they're a chariot. And their weapon strength is going to be 34 plus 8 infantry? 12, sorry. They're 12 versus infantry. But they are not armor piercing. None of their chariots are. So they're not going to be like super effective versus dwarves or anything. But there are 9 units of them at the same time, which is pretty cool. And a charge bonus of 52. So it is really unique that they have 9 units to a chariot model. But you can't spread them out in one giant line. At the most, I think you can get 5 in the front and 4 in the back. So you can't just have a giant line of 9 people running into this, you know. But still, they're pretty neat, and we're going to grab 2 of those. So we're going to be sitting here for a couple turns as we recruit. We can upgrade this immediately and use most of the money that we have left, and then we'll gain access to 2 skeletal archer chariots, which are the same exact stats, but plus they have a missile attack. I think there's actually only one dude firing. As well. Just wondering if I want to spend that money to get 2 skeletal archer chariots. I mean, they're still chariots, so against low tier units, which we're going to be fighting against, like chariots should, in theory, do pretty good. These, that's probably worth it. That's probably worth it. I hope it's worth it. Let's say. I think that's going to do it. We're also going to need to get the public order building up because our province is going to fall into ruin at -4 per turn if we're not in there. That was a quick turn. Okay, let's go grab... I mean, the net spell is obviously good. At rank 1, though, it only nets 1 person. Or 1 unit. Would I rather get more jars? Again, like, I think the jars are going to be pretty, you know, big deal, so... kind of want to get those. Alright, so we got the 2 chariots. We still can gain 1 warrior. I guess that building finished, so we will grab you. How many more slots do we have? 5? We don't need too many more archer units. So that would be 6 archers and 2 chariots. Alright. That may be too much. Let's go 5 archers. And then this will be 1, 2, 3... what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 front line? That may be a bit excessive as well. I think I'd actually rather have the archers. There we go. Alright. And again, we just kind of continue to sit here, I guess. Get that army filled out, and then keep going. Although, actually, the building to our south, or the settlement, isn't even in our province. The 3rd province, or the 3rd city is up here. Maybe we should go grab that. So we can at least have a full province under our control. Okay. We need 1 more turn, though, to recruit the rest of those. And then we'll have a full stack. And with the full stack, I kind of want to go over here. So we probably will just do that. As we slowly get some more public order back to this place. And we're not going to be able to afford the upgrades to these. Shoot. You know what? Cancel this then. I want to be able to upgrade our main building. So we're going to have to do that. We're going to need to get some money. Right, unlocked. Oh, a choice of servant. Alright, so we can gain a Tomb Prince, a Necrotect, or a Lich Priest. We already have one Lich Priest, so we could get a gift. But we're going to get a hero. Tomb Prince is their melee hero. Necrotect can heal and buff up constructs specifically, which the Hyro is a construct. But I think we'll grab a Tomb Prince. Successfully carry out any hero action. Alright. I guess that means we're not going to need one of these units. Probably get rid of one of the archers then.
I seek absolution.
11 plus the garrison. Yeah, we can take them. And when can we upgrade a building? We got surplus in 1 turn. Alright, so we can then upgrade this. And then the second building is going to have to be this thing, the public order. So the level 1 obelisk, at the very least though, this level 1 obelisk can cancel out the penalty to public order due to the difficulty level, because it's -4. So that's good, I guess. But we're going to have to turn that off right now. I kind of want to wait for the... You know, I probably should... I'm gonna need to wait 2 turns to get this person to move up here and then attack. So instead I'm just gonna recruit the archer back because they're free. Grab or destroy this, and then we'll meet up with the Tomb Prince later. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Blackguard Corsair is going to be kind of scary with their high armor. They're basically better versions of our Nekahara warriors, but oh, here they are, yeah. That's an odd choice, and it thinks that it's in their favor. I guess they do have a lot of shield and infantry, but like our archers are going to tear them apart. And then our chariot? Huh. I'm really shocked that it's that in their favor. We have a Titan, a caster hero and lord, a lot of archers, chariot, huh. Very well, okay. Oh, you can't hide, can you? No, you can't. Alright. Try and get our archers at the lip there. Archers fire. Try and pin them into place. Murder them. Alright, we will shift. Try and chase those Dark Riders. Well, we outranged them, so there's that. Go on, friends. Looks like the archers do their thing. Chariots do their thing. I'll keep an eye on our Carrion Birds, and when they stop moving, I'm going to move them over to where we're at. Where is their lord? Not entirely sure. Getting behind them. Move up. Oh, there was their lord, right there. Man. Titan, get in there. Finish off those spears, please. Guard mode. Finish those off. Let's come back, friends. Let's come back. There we go. They're dying. Leader's getting sniped. And they are shattered. What were you thinking? What the hell were you thinking? Whew, didn't even get to tier 2. That is how few losses we got. So I never really got a close up of these chariots, did I? They are chariots with dead dudes on them. There they go. That's what they look like. Huh. Yeah, again, like, I don't know why it said it was so in their favor. Oh, look at those kills the Chariots got. Holy shit. I mean, it's kind of crazy that Chariots are tier 1 in the campaign. You can get them really quickly because their Chariots are going to be good against almost, actually, like every single faction in the game early on except for Dwarves. They may still even be okay against those. And again, I'm going to want the money here. Ooh, we gained a follower. I haven't really seen many of the Tomb King followers yet. Ensure that one of the following buildings has been constructed. A mausoleum. Oh, okay. Highborn of Kimri.
I serve King and Patriarch.
Can you get those? Yeah, let's have you take that. We're gonna go finish this army off. Grab some more money. Arcane knowledge. Enemy wins a magic reserve is minus and we gain magic resistance. I'm good. We'll grab our jars first. And then up here we'll grab the net spell. Take this for free. All right, we had a right. Okay, my bad. So, rights. What do we get? For 3 grand. Wow, 3 grand. All regions belonging to you will be hit by sandstorms, causing attrition to any foreign armies. Huh. That's cool. We are immune to it. Ambush goes up, and we get the Sand Veil, the hiding ability. Huh. Neat. I'm not going to spend the money on this right now, because why would I? But neat. The Casket of Skulls is one of the 2 siege weapons that we have in the game. It is a armor-piercing mortar, which is pretty cool. It just like launches a bunch of souls from this casket, and they just mortar over your army into the enemy, and it's pretty neat. Oh, I didn't know it did this. Great increase of power reserves? Is that on the normal one? Is this like a unique one? No, maybe that's on the normal one. I don't know. Alright, cool. Sulphurets. What do we have here? Growth plus 10 and income from trade 1%. Well, I still don't think we have anybody that we can really trade with here.
Malevolent Lord.
There's a coven up here that maybe would want to trade with us?
I will drink fine elven wine from your... As you say.
I'm sorry. You're drinking fine elven wine from my what? I don't know if you want to be friendly with Mazdamundi because he's sitting on a Book of Nagash. So... don't really want to be friendly with that guy. Upgrade this, and then let's go up here and scout out the Tyrant Peak Ruins. And then we're going to need to grab that. Ooh, we can get something here. We can awaken the Flock of Dijaf. So it's an upgraded Carrion Bird that does fire and magical damage, armor-piercing weapon strength, which is neat. That's pretty cool. And has a Death from Above, so it has a single bombardment strike. That is cool, but I don't know if I want to spend that right now. There are other things I think we want to grab first. I'm still not going to spend the money for this. I'm not really going to be able to tax here for so long, too. Gosh darn it. That's okay. All we got to do is kill a bunch of people, and then we can get money that way. And we also just gained access to the exotic animals, but we don't have their building yet, so we probably don't get that quest done. It just says access, though. So maybe we'll get that next turn? I don't know. I think that's going to do it for the first episode, everybody. So after this, we're going to go... Oh, that's an unpleasant climate. Where's Grey Rock Point? Oh. But that also has marble. So we got marble, wine, and exotic animals from this province here. That's a lot of cool trading material. Unfortunately, 2 of these places are in pleasant climates for us. Well, we're definitely going to want to take Tyrant Peak, so we gain this. It actually looks like we really want to expand north first with all of this pleasant climate stuff. But I kind of want to kill these guys. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.